Just bear with me a sec if join. Oh, it's Stu Roro live. Oh, not live. What? Yeah. I'm not sure what you mean by not live. What? I didn't actually mean to make it live, and then it went live. So just bear with me a minute. Let me just see if I can find this video, because what I want to do is just detach the chat here and then get the chat up on the Mac. Hello, Retro Crazy First, hi. Last Class, hi all. Proof of Life. Harlem, hi Matt. That's Live 2, if anybody's wondering. Hang on a sec, let's just stop script. Yeah, I've been struggling the last few days with my health. I've just felt so unwell and stuff. But obviously, if you're a Patreon, you'll know that a lot of changes have been going on. I'm in a new environment here now. I've got a new room. I'll show you that in a minute. So this is like update 5. Updates 1, 2, 3, and 4 are Patreon and YouTube member exclusives. So I've deliberately kept those private. So anyway, I'm not going to go into the whys and the detailed stuff. I talked about that a little bit in the update videos. But yeah, just bear with me a sec. Let me just try and find the chat. It's so slow, this. Let me just see if I can turn the camera around. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, so you can see I'm staring at a blank screen here at the moment. Just bear with me. Notes. Yeah, someone said it's gone. Yeah, just bear with me a minute. The video quality may deteriorate. It may go off. Somehow I lost the internet. I'm going to move at the other end of the room in a minute, right? So I see the video now. I'm going to just click play. Hang on a sec. Hope you're still there. You broke it. Hang on. Right, let me pause that. And well, what's going on with chat? It's so slow this. All right, here we go. Got the chat up there. So let's just do live chat. And I think what I'll do is I'll move the mic over the other side of the room. So yeah, just bear with me if it does disconnect. I'll try and show you some of this actually. It'll be a bit of a look around while I'm doing this, so you can see I've got the Mac here. Let's just I don't know, let's move this onto this desk a minute. So I've got the yeah, new desks. So anybody that hasn't been on Patreon seen the updates have got some boxes there. These crates were thanks to Dennis Vandenbroek and Timo Momo. Yeah, hang on, let's just go over here. You can see Luigi is trying to spray my new work area. So we have a desk, a mat, ESD mat. Okay? And we've got a lamp. I got this from my old boss, Dave, actually. It was one of the things he gave to me, along with that bench power supply you saw me repair in a previous video, the Farnell one. I've got Alison Charles's old Rigol there that came from Nathan and Colin. So there's a video on that on YouTube, early access stuff on Patreon as well. I've got Ian Scott Johnson's bench power supply down there. I've got some of these little drawers with some of the I mean, all of this move, I couldn't have done it without Patreon. So all of this set up here in this new room, I couldn't have done it without the donations from Patreon, coffee. What else have I got? Yeah, so somewhere under here. I'm trying to think where it is now. Oh, it's there. Yeah, that's right. We're back again. I can't go too far down the other end of the room. I think what I'm going to have to do is get a wired connection in here, which I can do fairly easily. So let's just have a quick look at the chat. Let me know if I disappear. I assume the chat is working. Are you in a bunker? No, I'm in my garage actually. I've secured the door in a number of ways, and yeah, we've got carpet down here. Yeah, so okay, again, this stuff covered in the update stuff. So I've got 2 different colours. They sent me half the tiles, and then anyway, yeah. So I've ended up with half the room like that, and then half the room, well, a third of the room like this. I'll put you back at me. 50p in the meter, please. Yeah, what it is the wall here is pretty thick. I'll show you if you can see this wall behind me here. It's you know, really thick breeze blocks here, and then there's like bricks on the other side of it as well. So it's the wireless has got to go through that pretty thick wall. I think what I might do is, if you've seen those, you can get like a power thing, can you? You plug into your mains, and then you plug your RJ45. It's like power Ethernet over mains, isn't it? And it's a little bit dodgy, but it's I could do that, and I may do that actually. That might be the simple solution, and then just have you know, a socket on the wall here just to tap out an RJ45 or something, and I can just plug things in. Maybe even put a separate wireless router in here, so I've got Wi-Fi in here as well. Able to I don't know how much I'm going to be able to show you in here, because obviously the internet signal is a priority. Let me just wheel this chair over, try to avoid losing signal. But I figure, well, I'll show you. We'll switch on the over here. We'll switch on the 1084S. This is the other nice thing. Use this monitor here now. We'll switch on the 4000. Let's boot something up on there. Maybe play a couple of Amiga games. I'm not going to be on long today. And to let you know, like I said, why I've not been able to get a video up in the last few days, and why the schedule has sort of slipped a little bit. It's been like every other week, hasn't it? Just recently. I'm so far behind. I'm about a month behind because of all this move. The last few days, you see this PC down here. It's a Dell Pentium 3. I've spent, I don't know, like literally a full day yesterday and most of this morning messing with that blooming thing. Just because I want it out of the way, because if I turn you around this way, you can see we've got some shelves here. We've got racking. Again, I could have done this without Patreon support. And there's a gap there where that Pentium 3 was, and there was also another PC on top of that. If you saw the previous updates, you would have seen that one on there. It was from a friend, Dr. Andrew. Well, I sorted that one out. That was the day before, so I spent like literally 3 days doing nothing but PC stuff, and it's been painful. Like hard disks, you know, I've got a pile of them here. You can see I had to go through all of these hard disks here and work out what's good, what's bad, trying to get data off, and it's just been a nightmare. Anyway, that'll be covered in another video. But yeah, as a result of that, and not feeling very well the last few days, I felt like you know, I've been coughing a lot, feeling fluey. Yeah, I'll turn you this way. Hang on. Why is it saying rotate device? Why do I have to have it that way up? That's really annoying. I'm just wondering how I can actually put the camera on a tripod if it's saying rotate device, because I've probably got to view it sideways. It gets the aspect ratio right at the start of the stream, doesn't it? That is a problem. How did I do this when I was filming in the middle of COVID? I don't know. I honestly don't know how I did it. I'm trying to think of a way of supporting this up, but I can't think of a way of supporting it. I think I'm a little bit knackered, actually. Anyway, let's just have a look at the chat. So, Ian Scott Johnson, hi all. Yeah, have you missed the start of the stream, Ian? Thank you very much. Your power supply is there. One of the things I did with this, you can see, I've got a couple of quite long, you know, like, I don't know, 1.5 meters or 2 meters, maybe 1 meter actually, it's not that long, is it? 1 meter. Banana plugs there, and obviously they reach up to the bench, so I could, you know, power something on the mat here without too much of an issue, and I've recessed it back so that they don't get sheared off so much from knocks. But yeah, the other thing someone suggested was to route these to a socket on the wall, maybe, and I might do that, I don't know. Yeah, so there's a quick look at the bench in its entirety, and we got that monitor. I shared this on Twitter the other day. Got a cheap Sony Bravia monitor there. It's got all of the required inputs you might expect for old systems, you know, RGB. I think the only thing it doesn't have, I thought it did have, was S-Video. Anyway, let's just find something on here. I tell you what, let's load a demo. I've got the TF4060 in here at the moment. There was a demo on here that I spotted the other day that I'd never seen before, and I think it didn't work previously because it didn't have enough RAM. I think it was it Requiem? I think it was Requiem. And now I've got, let me show you the top. There's a video on Patreon early access and on YouTube members, because that's something else I've added now. You can click the join button if you want to see some of my early access videos, and there's like 8 early access videos on that at the moment. There's an exclusive one as well that's exclusive to members only, and there's the 4 update videos. So there's quite a lot of stuff. If you're bored, you could do that. Yeah, 345 megabytes of RAM, because we've got Matt Harlem, you know, Live 2, his Zorro free RAM card, and that's one of the videos that's up there at the moment. So anyway, let's start that. Yeah, it's annoying. I'm going to have to hold this. I don't really know how I would have done it previously. I must have filmed myself side on last time. Because this is the thing. It's like when I did the intro, you could see me. I was, the phone was in portrait. And now I need to put the phone in landscape, and it keeps complaining when I turn it the other way around. Yeah, so like I said, this wouldn't work before, even though I had 64 meg on the TF4060, and I had 16 meg of on board. But with the 256 meg from Liv2's card, this demo now works. Ian Scott Johnson, have you moved? I've just moved into a different room. The conservatory is almost junk free now. I've freed up tons and tons of space in there, cleaned it all up. Needs further cleaning yet, but we've got a treadmill. I need to, one of the reasons for the move really was my health, but also my wife's health. We both need to use a treadmill really. I'm not getting enough exercise, although I've been doing some hiking with my, but she hikes quite a bit. So he's moved into a broom cupboard, yeah. The thing is, before I moved in here, I thought, wow, the space, there's going to be so much space, and then after I got everything in, I've ended up with not a lot of space. I mean, there's lots of floor space. Andrew, little boy, message retracted. I'm not sure what I missed there, Andrew. I've got a video coming up of something you've sent me, actually, Andrew. That Scion 3, which is actually the Acorn branded one. And I've got a parcel, well, I'm not going to spoil it. There's a parcel going out to someone related to that. He said they'd help me out, and then we'll be able to finish that off. Game Tech Refuge, love to hike, getting back into it myself. Yeah, we just went to Wales a few weeks back, actually. And we went around some of the smaller peaks around Snowdon, and that was really good. We spent 3 days just doing nothing but hiking. I was knackered when I got back, and my legs, the good thing is though, I had this leg problem about 3 years ago, and now my leg is so much better. So I can walk, I can hike now. But I certainly don't have the stamina that my wife does when she does these hikes. Yeah, I'm sorry about wobble vision. There's no way to avoid it. I'd be tempted to use an RJ45 to optical to get internet in there. Much easier to route, no interference. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. That sounds similar to what I was thinking about network over mains. But of course, the problem with mains is, yeah, you do have safety features and things there, but sometimes bad things happen, like lightning strikes and things, and before you know it, everything on your network has died as a result of you sort of connecting things up. There's supposed to be like opto isolation and things with things like that, but. Yeah, it's cool to see this demo run on the 4000. I mean, it's not an especially good demo, this. It's one of the earlier ones that the Black Lotus did, I think. Anyway, I'll just leave that playing a bit. I'll show you a few of the things then. So, yeah, some of the stuff I covered on the update stream. We've got the ultrasonic there that was a lovely birthday present from my patrons. Some of the guys and gals in Discord, actually, so very much appreciated. So it's really convenient having that down there. Got some ESD scaffolding here for when I'm wanting to isolate things on this desk. I don't know, stick something under some PCBs or something there. A ton of VSD bags. Got some giant ones there for the A4000 and A2000 boards, and some ones for 500 boards. In fact, you can see some of the stuff there. I've got like all my 4000 and 2500 boards there. Test keyboard, got some projects coming up that are Amiga based there. The boxes, as I showed earlier on, I've now got some boxes for things I didn't have boxes for before. So my STFM, there are a few things in there I'm going to be doing a video on over the next few weeks. So that's some really cool things, actually. I'm quite looking forward to working back on the STFM again. My STE is still in the loft, so I need to get that down at some point. That'll come in here as well. The BBC has now got a box as well. Again, thanks to Dennis and Timo. And then what else we've got? We've got the Falcon right down at the bottom, actually, just for the moment. And whatever that is, what's that? Oh, PC Engine stuff. Yeah, I did cover this stuff in some of the update videos. And then on this side here, we've got all my Amiga 500 and 2000, and, well, all Amiga upgrades and things like that. There's like CPU cards, etc. A4000 CPU cards on top, A590. There, we've got some more cards, Zorro cards down at the bottom, floppy drives for testing Amigas, and different, because the whole idea is, I know I've got this laptop here at the moment. This bench, when I've not got this bits of junk here, is, I've got an ESD mat again, and this will be for testing boards. And obviously, it's easy to wire things up to the 1084S monitor there. If you didn't already spot it, my 2000's under the 4000 as well, so it's pretty easy just to get the 4000 off, and then I can deal with the 2000 and the keyboard we created in a previous video. Don't think I will do with this. Might do it tomorrow actually. Is just take it to pieces and raise these LEDs here so that they fit flush. It's something that's niggled me since I did it. I mentioned it on the video. I just never revisited it, so I will do that. We got the Hamag there. When I was talking about that thing there that came from Dave, the lamp, adjustable lamp, I bought this. I think it was something like £50 at the time. We had 15 or 20 of these when the company folded. We got made redundant at the time, and when the company was folding, they put all of the stuff, because it was like even though it was a commercial repair centre, prior to that they were an educational centre, so they had tons of these scopes, like I say 20 or so of them, and Dave was kind enough to earmark this Hameg for me and another one for my friend Phil. And we just had to pay £50 each, which was great. All the other ones went for auction. I've got no idea how much they sold for. I think someone bought the whole lot. Yeah, so I've got some drawers here again. Help to fund this came from Patreon. All of this stuff, as I say, I couldn't have done without all of your support. I've got some thermal tapes, some double-sided tape, adhesives and stuff. Anyway, I covered all the stuff that's in those on the update videos as well. What else was I going to show you? I'll show you some other stuff here. So there's a Commodore channel, I forget his name now. Someone, I think it was TRU in my Discord, suggested that I speak to him, and I may well do that, I think, following this stream. These are quad doublers for the Amiga 4000 or 3000. So what you do is you stick an 040, I think an 060 will work on them as well, in there, and it will double the clock speed to 50 megahertz instead of 25. In fact, sorry, is it? Yeah, it's, hang on. Yes, it is 50, that's right. Because as default, I think the A3640, it runs at 25 megahertz, doesn't it? You can get 50 megahertz out of it, and the performance is quite startling, actually, when you do that. So one of those works. One of them I built based on some stuff that Stefan sent me. So, yeah, there's a problem with that. Anyway, so I may speak to that other Commodore guy that I can't remember his name. He's an American guy. He does lots with 3000s and 4000s. You probably know who he is, if you can, just put a message in the chat if you know who I'm talking about. I think he was an ex-engineer that he worked at a company that supported Commodore. I don't think he actually worked directly for Commodore, could be wrong. I just can't think of his name. Raw Talent, hi. I'm not sure if the chat is updating here, because I haven't seen anything since Raw Talent's thing there. It says we've got 38 people. Adrian's Digital Basement, no it's not. What's he called? It's like I'm useless at names. Chris Edwards, is it? I think it's Chris Edwards. So yeah, check out his channel, assuming that is the right channel name. Check out his channel if you haven't already done so. But I'm going to speak to him because I think he's built the same board I've been building, and that board actually came from, as I say, it was donated from Stefan, but it came from Cosmos, as a French guy. He designed a replacement quad doubler board, and I found a few faults with it. And incidentally, the guy Cosmos, I forget his name is what his real name is, but he sent me an email saying he found a couple of faults himself, and I was already aware of them, so it's not really helped me out. So I'm wondering if Chris Edwards, Chris Edwards Restoration, that's correct. Thanks, Andy. I'm wondering if he's found something I haven't. Maybe there's another fault with the board. There's 3 issues, I think, ultimately. 2 of them of which I found still doesn't work, even though I changed the gal, because Cosmos was good enough to send me another replacement gal, and I changed the 274 series on it. I've inspected the boards till the cows come home. I can't work out what's wrong with it. So anyway, we'll just put another demo on while I'll show you a few other things around here, and then I'm perhaps going to get off. But there will be another video going up soon on early access. It's just like I'm just so far behind. You can see how flickery this is. It's mad how flickery it is, because I've not been using this before, you see, this way in interlace mode. But I've got some de-interlacers. Those are some things coming up as well. There's a few different videos on de-interlacers. Let's just load another demo. There's another one here that I don't think I've shown before. There it is, NARC. Assuming this is going to be enough RAM. And I mean chip RAM, that's the main thing. Sometimes you start a demo on this and it goes, insufficient RAM. and it's because it's not freed up a little bit of RAM from loading the previous demo. You can do, there's a thing, isn't it, you can clear the RAM. There's a shortcut on the desktop for that anyway. I'll just try and hold you pointing up there a sec. I can't find an Amiga 4000 for sale anywhere, says Last Class. Yeah, it's like the 3000 and even the 2000 now, they're becoming pretty hard to find. I mean, one thing, I was talking to my wife earlier about some of this stuff, and one of the things that I was saying is it's now getting hard to find things to repair in general. Full stop. It's like you look on eBay, it's like, you know, this is why I've been repairing junk Commodore 64 boards. Try and find actual Commodore 64s to repair. They sell really quick, and generally, if they're complete, they'll sell for crazy money, even though there's just something basic wrong with it. So yeah, it's making it quite hard to find things to work with. It's loading that, by the way. It says that very flickery look, 68 point something percent there. It's just I don't know, pre-calculating some things here. Sorry for the shaky vision. Hopefully when we do get set up in here for a proper stream at some point, I'll be able to have the camera on a tripod, and we won't be using the phone, and I will have properly you know, proper connection in here where it's not going to drop out every 2 minutes. I'm not sure if that's... No, it hasn't crashed. There we go. Andy Myers, the home plugs only work well if connected to the same ring main. Yeah, hopefully that's not a problem, because I think I think the garage mains here is on the same ring main. Hang on, we'll just try and turn it down a bit. It's a wee bit loud. Got a door there, as you can see as well on this now. That's better. Man, it's a band. Miss Anthrop. I'm useless at names. Good day, good day. Nice to see you. You're always popping in on my videos. Much appreciated. Yeah, so as I mentioned at the start as well, I've now got, as well as, if you do want to support the channel, because I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you. Like, so all this desks and everything, it's all been funded by the Patreon, really. I wouldn't be able to do any of this. But we're losing people because of gas prices and all that sort of stuff. So if you do want to support the channel, please either see the Patreon or Coffee links. But there's also a join button on YouTube now. You can join on there. And as I mentioned earlier, there's like 8 early access videos. We've got an exclusive video, and there's the update videos related to the move into this new environment. That's quite cool, isn't it? Bear in mind, I'm only running at 50 megahertz here. Oh, it's bombed out there or something. Oh, did I press something? I'm not actually sure what happened there. That just ended on its own prematurely. I'll launch it again, and I'll show you some of the stuff on the shelf, maybe. Some of the videos that are coming up. Yeah, I'm not sure why that bombed out. It didn't error or anything, it just threw it back to the desktop. So if I point you down here, yeah, so I've been painstakingly cleaning up this logo today. Yeah, there'll be a video on that. It was like all painted and it looked horrible. Now it looks white. Can you see that? Were any of those white? Does anyone know whether that's like a thing or not? I don't know. I removed like 2 or 3 layers of paint and ended up with white, which is strange. Anyway, there will be that. Yeah, we got the terrible fire. This is something else that's been cheesing me off. Another reason for delays on videos. Well, this hasn't been cheesing me off, but what I'm about to say is, and that's waiting for parts. So if I just put this on here, you can see that thing is gorgeous, and all it's lacking is the VDP. And I ordered one like literally 2 months ago, and the trail has led to nowhere really. It says it arrived in the UK, and then it said Royal Mail dispatching on the 5th or something, and nothing since. And it was like the 5th of last month. So I don't know what Royal Mail are playing at. I don't know whether the couriers, or not the courier, the seller's like winding me up. I might have to go and order another one of these. So yeah, once that arrives, this video will go up as well. And I got some cartridges coming actually that came from Banjo Guy Ollie. You should check his channel out if you haven't done already. I'll mention him on the video for that. But yeah, he did his own cartridge design. It's got 2 cartridge slots there. Really nice that. Yeah, so I've ordered some of those. So those should arrive any day, and then I'll be able to get some EPROMs onto the cartridges there, and we'll have something to test with once the VDP arrives, if it ever does. What else have we got here? We've got, yeah, PC motherboard I need to look at. That's not going to be especially exciting, but I don't know, it might be. We've got the DE10 Nano stuff, but I'm lacking a DE10 Nano, so I've got everything for it apart from the Nano. So yeah, I might be able to do that in about 18 months when they become available in stock. And there's lots of smaller things here, loads and loads of smaller videos. Atari ST video, should be able to finish that off very soon. I might try and do that one tomorrow, actually, I'm not sure. BBC videos, we've got a BBC video there, another Archimedes video, C64 video, C64, C64, Amiga, that's a CPU card, Master System, some cool, what have we got here, something from, I think that was Live 2, yeah, that was from Live 2, an Agnes adapter. That demo just incidentally just bombed out exactly the same place. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, and then some of the stuff on here is my own systems. Like I think I've got the Dragon 32. I might be selling that, I think. Well, I've got another video to do before I do that. And CDI is somewhere. We've got a box with some C64 carts and books to sort, floppy drives, some other stuff up there. You can see Atari, rare Atari PCB. What else have we got? CD32 stuff. This is from Stefan. We've got 2 FMV PCBs here with the BIOS there, to look at. So that will be hopefully a video coming soon. I really want, as I said, I'm on update videos. I want to do that pretty sharpish. Actually, I'm quite keen to have a play with that. What else we got? We've got a custom Mega Drive that I'm going to build. We've also got a couple of Mega Drive repairs. I think there's a couple of PlayStation repairs. We've got a box here from Ian Scott Johnson. Thank you, Ian. I haven't even opened it. I'll do a video on that and open that. Atari Jaguar cart, Atari Lynx cart, making a replacement for the Eye of the Beholder PCB there. Then I can open source that and people can just program their own and actually play the game. I've got some of the tips somewhere. I ordered some specifically for that. Spitfire, that's from Sparks UK. These things all here are from Sparks UK, so there's going to be a number of Amiga related videos there. I think this one's Amiga stuff. Yeah, this is some stuff from Keith McGurr as well. MVS, Neo Geo MVS. Down here we've got Neo Geo MVS. There's a video for that coming up. Neo Geo MVS, that's one of mine. We've got a PlayStation 2 Slim. If anybody's got a PlayStation 2 Slim, you know the little badge on the front, the tiny little one, you can rotate it. And if you've got one spare, please let me know. My vacuum ate it. I was backing up in here. And yeah, the vacuum ate it. And I took the cylinder. You can see it over there, look, I'll show you. Luigi's garden it. It was in there, yeah? And I took that cylinder out and I went through every single particle of dust. There's no logo. It's nowhere. Yeah, I heard it clink and go up there. So it's stuck somewhere in the mechanism, you know, I don't know, the bit that does the turbine thing, you know, the, what do you call it, the cyclone. It must be in there somewhere. And I've got all these boxes to progress through here as a priority, really, including the CD32 stuff. My CD32's there. It's going to be a recap. It's 500. But so the idea was, you see, to sort the stuff that's on the floor, sort the 2 PCs, which I've done. That's hence the delay of trying to get another video up, because PCs take ages. And then we're freeing shelf space, and then I can get the last few things onto the shelf. We got a load of C64 stuff here. I showed this briefly in the update videos as well. I know I dropped the phone there. So we've got quite a lot of C64, VIC-20 and C16 boards. Some C16s here from Sparks UK and some chips for those. You can see that cart there fixed in a previous video, the Kung Fu Flash. And then we got an amazing donation of these. Look at these. I'm in nerd heaven. Those switches, you know, for a C64 or probably a C16 as well, are probably the same. I tried to buy these. I was looking on eBay. The last one I bought for that video, the video I just did, where I was like, I'll buy a power switch, and I did that, and that's another one that's coming up soon. £15 it cost me from the States, and I think it was Timo Momo sent me these. He's got 300 of them. He's bought 300. And yeah, I didn't actually get a chance to thank him, so consider this a thanks. I'll stick a post of this on Discord afterwards and send him a message. So yeah, those arrived, and I opened this yesterday, and I was like blown away that I've got 10 of these. So there's going to be enough there to fix all the boards I've still got to you know, work on here. And then we got another amazing donation as well. Let's see if we can show you this without giving away any postal addresses and things. Let's see if we can just open this in as a carpet view. So I'll move the... just checking this has got nothing on it. Yeah, there you go. Hey Chris, 5 PLA kits, 2 other PLA kits, 2 DIY cartridges there for Commodore 64. So look at this. How cool is this? Yeah, he's the guy that created, I think, the PLA things to start with, you know, these PLA boards. So instructions there, that's going to be just what I need, because it's the PLA for a Commodore TED. You know, it's not really TED. I don't know where that's come from, Commodore TED. I presume the PLA assists TED in the C16. So yeah, we've got that, and we've got those two carts you saw, and we've got some C64 PLA stuff as well. So that'll be a video coming up very soon. I may even do that one tomorrow. I'm spoilt for choice. But you see, the last few days I've had to focus on those PCs to free up the desk space. So yeah, anyway, I hope you understand this, because it's like I say, even though I've got all this space now, you know, the floor space, yeah, there's lots of floor space here, but we're ended up with boxes and things here again, you know, and I need to get away from that. So yeah, it's dictating what I have to focus on. Anyway, I'm probably going to get off in a minute. Let me just catch you with chat. I'll load some of the demo or something. We'll just see if I've missed anything. Yeah, that one. I'm not sure why that bombed out, that narc. It might just need like a fresh boot. Let's load Starstruck. And I'll just have a quick look at the chart. Yeah, so hopefully once I'm set up in here properly, I might be able to show you something while I'm on the desk, you know. I mean, if I could tilt this camera the right way up now and it not tell me to rotate the device, then, you know, you be able to see it the right way up, because that's the thing, it's not going to flip, is it? You're going to see the camera go sideways. But if I can, yeah, set a camera up properly, you'll be able to see what I'm working on the bench. But I mean, obviously I'll still be doing edited videos just the same, really, because I do realise that people perhaps want to see the edited stuff. And I learned that from doing the live streams previously, is that it's a different audience. Not everybody wants to just sit and watch, you know, 2 hour or 3 hour long live streams. There is advantage, as much as I waffle on, there is advantage in seeing an edited version. What's up? Hi, 911 Gamer. Yeah, you should check 911 Gamer's channel out as well. He's occasionally puts an update on video, you know, games within his collection and stuff. It's quite cool. Retro Game Revival Carpet View, back to our roots. Yeah, someone, I don't know who, it might have been you that suggested it. Someone, or maybe Andy did. I think someone suggested bringing some of the carpet in and putting it on the table. I might do that, yeah. If we replace that carpet in the conservatory. It's taking a long time to load, isn't it? But it is loading, as you can see. It might be slower now it's using the Zorro free RAM, because that was something I never really stopped to consider, actually. That when you add Zorro free RAM to an Amiga, it can, in certain circumstances, take precedent over the local fast RAM, and that's what's happening here, I think. Because there's a larger block of it, I don't know what dictates that, where it, you know, it works out how to allocate the RAM. But I think what's going on there, that's all loaded into Zorro 3. Imagine it stopped flashing now, so I'm not sure what's going on. Could be that it's working with that RAM now. Oh, it's flashing again. Yeah, the whole point being is that when you have slower Zorro 3 RAM, it slows the system down, you know, because whatever game or program or demo you load, sometimes they go, oh, you've got 256 mega Zorro 3, let's just use that, that's the largest block. And yeah, you've got a bit of a bottleneck with that compared to the local 32-bit RAM on the TF4060. And I can sort of show you that, I think. If I just come out of that, actually, let's just go out of that. I'll show you what I mean. It's just, consider this an extension to the Live 2 Gotta Go Faster, you know, Zorro 3 board, if you saw that video. That's not up yet. Hang on, where's it gone now? Quake, where are you, Quake? I swore it was in here. Can't blooming see it. There it is, yeah, Quake. Yeah, so if I load Quake, right, and just load it with its default icon. Now watch this now. It's going to say something like 256 meg allocate. Where is it now? I can't see it. Yeah, at the top. 255.8 megabyte heap. Yeah, you can see it here, this top line. So it's allocated a huge block of RAM because it sees the Zorro 2. Just watch how slow this goes. It's like frame by frame. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my god, what's going on here? And it's just the bottleneck on Zorro 3. You can't really get around that. It's going to have a bottleneck. And if we quit out of that, Yep. And then I created a shortcut here. I'm going to run into sort these now to find the blooming thing. Doesn't help that it's flickering like that because I can't see it very well. Yeah, somewhere there's a shortcut that says Quake, something like 32 meg. There it is, Quake 32 meg. Right, so I've got a shortcut there that just passes a, it sets a tool tip or something just to pass it a parameter and look at it now. See, 32 meg heap. So you're thinking, well, 32 meg heap, what difference does that make? It's smaller. Surely it can't be any faster. You see the difference? Look how fast that is now. And the reason being is because I've set it to 32 meg, what it's trying to do, I think this is intelligent enough, or certainly the OS is, however that works, it's intelligent enough to go, all right, you only need 32 meg, you've got a 64 meg block of fast RAM that's just a wee bit smaller than 64 meg, probably because the ROM's loaded into that. That's probably why you can't use the full 64. If I put 48 meg, it probably would work just the same. And it goes, all right, you can use that local 32-bit fast RAM, because that's the fastest one, rather than Zorro. But as default, when you don't pass any switches, it tries to stick it in the slower Zorro 3. But yeah, that is so much quicker now. It's back to as it normally runs there, because it's running from the, let's say, the 32-bit local fast RAM, of which there was 64 meg, and I've used a little bit for the loaded the ROM into RAM. So I'm probably going to get off, I think. Let's just point you back at me. Let's just catch up. Love the monitor. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? But the flicker in there and the interlace mode is the stuff of seizure induction, I think. What's the temperature like in the garage? It's not been too bad, but you know what? I said I've not been well over the last few days, and I've been like coughing, sneezing, feeling like sore eyes like every day for 3 days, almost like hay fever to a degree. And I thought, well, why am I feeling like this? I was all right before, and I got a chill. I got a chill in here. It was cold. But we haven't had the boiler on. As soon as I put the boiler on the last few days, like yesterday and today, it's so much warmer in here. It's like the boiler is actually warming the room up. So it's like I don't even need a radiator, but I do need to isolate further. I've got some insulation. Well, we'll be getting some insulation at the end of the month and putting it on the door and the wall there, I think, just to isolate a little bit. If you want a truly awful joystick, have a hunt to a thing called Holistic. Useful set of mercury tilt switches. Yeah, that does sound terrible. Paint protected, plastic from the sun. I must have missed that bit. Oh yes, you mean on that Amiga, that logo, white? No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's actually white, and it almost looks like paint. So maybe someone's painted. This is the thing. I got rid of 2 layers of paint off that Amiga, the Commodore badge, and then ended up with white underneath it, and it's like bright white. But you can see it's still a layer of paint. If you scrape very, very carefully, little bits of white come off, but it's pretty thick. So I don't know whether that's a factory thing or whether it's just been painted by multiple different owners at different points in its life. I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, there will be a video for that soon. Someone said long COVID. I had a COVID test before. It's like there's nothing coming back, so I'm not. It's not COVID. Hello, Gadget. Hello, Dr. Batchelor. Hello. Andre44, I had that. I'm not sure what you had, whether you had the icon or whether you had long COVID. Anyway, I hope you're okay now. Anyway, so thank you very much to everyone that's joined. As I say, I should get a video up hopefully in the next few days on early access to stuff. And if you want to support the channel, like I say, please see the Discord, Patreon, Coffee, and YouTube membership links. They'll be down below later. Anyway, hope you had a good weekend and stuff. I'll catch you later in the week. If I can work out how to end the stream.